You're watching CalTv.
Good afternoon and welcome to CalTv. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jim Caselli. On today's show, we have some Cal Learning Center updates. The FLC has 2 new videos for us. David Tsymbal is here for an encore performance and will take us through the life cycle of a ticket. And SCO's Singh, Finance's Hazel Miranda, and Fiscal's Alanna Smith all have some important year-end close information for you. Let's get started with some new and updated training content that's recently been added to the Cal Learning Center. Job aids and materials. Cal 097, maintain department COA values. Cal 102, create and maintain work-in-progress journals and capitalized assets. Cal 404, SCO approvals of GL journals and AP journal vouchers. And Cal 451, reclassification of SCO legacy transactions interface entries have all been updated. The following online classes have all been updated. AM, retiring assets using the disposal worksheet. AP, creating backup withholding vouchers. AR, viewing and updating item details identifying a collection item. Viewing and updated item details identifying an item to be refunded. BI, changing the status of a group of bills. Correcting customer details in active customer, creating a bill line reversal and initiating the rebill process, creating an interagency inter-unit customer, creating and linking a contract to a customer, reviewing bill adjustment history, and run the Fiscal Customers Report. CA, generating an invoice for an inter-unit customer contract. GL, running the journal edit process to resolve errors. Running the query for outstanding transactions. LD, resolving chart field combination errors. LM, adding a lease right to use with decreased payments built into the lease. Adding a subscription-based information technology arrangement contract, SBITA leases. PO, adding sales tax for out-of-state ship-to locations. Approving a reconciled P-card transaction. Approving a solicitation event. Canceling a PO. Closing a PO. Searching for a solicitation event, and using the work list. Link and login information. The FLC is limited to authorized users. Please log in using your Fiscal credentials. You can access the Fiscal Learning Center at the address on your screen. If you have any questions, please contact the Fiscal Client Training section at Fiscal Learning Center at fiscal.ca.gov. You can find a list of the updates in an email that was sent on Thursday, April 10th. You can also log into the Fiscal Learning Center at the address on your screen and click on the See What's New tile to see the list of updated job aids. The FLC has 2 new videos for us. Let's take a look at the first one.
Heads up, Fiscal users. Get excited because the Fiscal Learning Center's event calendar for May is ready for registrations. Get ready to mark your calendars. That's right, virtual instructor-led trainings and flipped classroom Q&A sessions are now open for enrollment. To view our calendar or register for a session, log into the FisCal Learning Center and access the event's calendar. Make sure to follow your department's training policy prior to registering for a class. Once approved, you'll get a confirmation email with everything you need to know to access your training. So, what are you waiting for? Enroll today. Spots are limited, and you don't want to miss this awesomeness. If you have any questions, please contact the FisCal Learning Center at fiscallearningcenter@fiscal.ca.gov.
On last month's show, David Tsymbal took us through the life cycle of a ticket. We've had numerous requests to air that segment again, so here it is. David, how many tickets does the FisCal Service Center receive each day?
Jim, that number can vary. We can receive anywhere from 150 to 300 tickets per day.
Now, that's a lot of tickets. Tell us, how long does it take to process each one of those tickets?
Well, Jim, that can vary as well. If it's a simple password reset, we can resolve it in a matter of minutes. It can depend on a few things, such as how responsive is the caller in case we need additional information, or we may need to route the ticket to our security team, and that can take an additional 2 to 4 hours, depending on our security team's workload. If it's a purchasing ticket, accounts payable, accounts receivable, or one of our other several modules, it can take up to 5 days to resolve the ticket. More complex issues that require development and testing can take a couple of weeks to be resolved.
When our FisCal Service Center team receives a ticket request through the ServiceNow self-service portal, what is it that you see and do on your end?
Sure, Jim. Once we receive a request through the ServiceNow self-service portal, the case will be assigned directly to the corresponding team if the submitter specified the module, streamlining ticket resolution. Otherwise, the request will show up in our service desk unassigned queue for us to review and assign accordingly. We will still open the ticket and ensure that the end user provided the required information and attachments. We will also verify that the department name or acronym is indicated along with the business unit number for the department.
And what type of information are you looking for, David?
Great question, Jim. We're looking at several key indicators when reviewing the self-service ticket. We're looking to see the brief description of the issue the end user is having, the application that is impacted. Is it in PeopleSoft, Hyperion, Business Intelligence, FisCal Learning Center, or CalTv Procure? We're also looking at the impact field. Is it a single user that's impacted? Is it some users, most users, or everyone at their department?
And can the end user provide a description of the problem?
Most definitely, Jim. There's a section where end users can include detailed information of the issue they are having. They can provide us with the steps they have taken, the names of the reports they're having issues with, and any additional information that can help us determine what the issue is.
And David, is it important for the end user to include a screenshot when submitting a self-service ticket?
Absolutely. If the end user includes a screenshot of the entire page that they are needing assistance with, it can save us and the end user a lot of time with us helping to resolve the ticket.
And how's that, David?
Well, Jim, oftentimes we need to see exactly where within the PeopleSoft application the end user is having an issue. If you have a screenshot, then we can see the module they're having the issue in, and we'll route the ticket to the appropriate team, saving the customer time.
And when our analysts are communicating with the department, how do we know that it's okay to resolve the ticket?
That's easy, Jim. Our analysts will provide end users with a solution or further guidance for the issue that they are having. We do not mark the case as resolved until we have received confirmation from the end user or after 3 follow-up attempts over a period of 5 business days. It's important for the end user to respond to our analysts, letting them know that the issue has been resolved so that we can close the ticket.
And I believe that the end user will receive a survey at the end once a ticket is resolved. Is that right?
That's right, Jim. Once the case has been resolved, the end user will receive an email confirmation notifying them of the resolution. At the bottom of this email, end users have the opportunity to participate in a brief survey to share their feedback on our department's performance. and their overall customer service experience.
And I'd like to remind everyone that you can find all of our Fiscal TV episodes on our YouTube channel. Let's take a look at another new FLC video.
I'm so tired of using Excel spreadsheets for everything. I wish there was an easier way.
Are you telling me that you're not using Power BI?
I've never heard of that. Who or what is Power BI?
Well, you're in for a treat because there is a curriculum with training materials on how to use Power BI. To see what is currently available, visit fiscal.ca.gov and click on Fiscal Learning Center. Once you log in, you can use the search bar to find Power BI related training content. After you use the search function, you will see everything related to Power BI. Select the Power BI curriculum, then you will be able to view all of the different materials available within the Power BI curriculum. At first, the list doesn't seem to contain much, but just wait to see what happens when you click the Show More link. There is so much Fiscal offers. Just wait to see what else there is when you scroll down. The Power BI curriculum provides Fiscal TV episodes, as well as Fiscal job aids, and some very helpful introduction to Power BI videos. Some of the introduction to Power BI for different reports include Income and Expenses Report, Fiscal to SCO Monthly Reconciliation Report, Budget to Actuals Report, Encumbering Purchase Orders Report, Expense Analytics Report, KK History Summary Report, Labor Distribution Report, and AR Aging Report. Best of all, the FLC content is updated regularly. To assure you're getting the most updated information, you need to use Power BI to the fullest potential. Be sure to check the FLC regularly for future updates and new content.
Wow, I had no idea there was so much to learn about Power BI.
Well, now you know what to look for and where to find it all. Have more questions regarding training materials? Email Fiscal Learning Center at fiscal.ca.gov. Thank you for watching.
Thanks to the FLC for the new videos. You can watch them again when we post this episode of Fiscal TV to our YouTube channel in a couple of days. We have quite a bit of year-end close information for you today. Let's get started with SCO's Jay Singh. Jay, welcome. Can you share some SARD updates with us?
For SARD updates, we have our fiscal year end procedures that were published on April 4th. It's just some of the key highlights on the year end deadlines, transactions for reverting year appropriations, including reverting year clearing account. All documents need to be submitted to SARD by June 16th. Paper claims, fiscal vouchers, and fiscal journal vouchers. The deadline for submission is June 16th, 2025, which is a Monday. For fiscal worklist items in the AR and GL modules, so anything that's related to AR corrections and or GL journal corrections. For non-reverting appropriations is June 20th. And for non-fiscal departments, all transactions are to be submitted to SCO by June 16th. We did extend our timeline for non-reverting appropriations in the AR and GL module by almost a week from last year. So that gives departments enough time to actually do their deposits corrections and our GL journal corrections by June 20th.
Thanks, Jay. Now, here are some year-end updates from Finance with Hazel Miranda. What do you have for us today, Hazel?
I just have a couple of year-end reminders. Budget Letter 2502 has been released, and it reminds departments of the year-end financial reporting requirements and also for the deadlines for fiscal year 24-25. So some of the important dates to remember is September 2nd, fund financial reports for all funds are due to the controllers. The report of expenditure of federal funds, report 13, must be submitted to Finance FISCU, and also the report of accounts outside the state treasury, report 14, must be electronically submitted through Fiscal. Another important date to remember is September 30th. So generally accepted accounting principle or your GAAP information, but this excludes your independently audited financial statements. And these are also due to controllers. And the last date to remember is November 15th. So independently audited financial statements are due to the SEO. If a draft can also be submitted if you're not ready with your final by the 15th, but the final one must be submitted by the 30th. And the last reminder is year-end training session 1 notifications. This will be sent out to departments soon, and the training session 1 will be held sometime at the end of April.
Thanks, Hazel. Fiscal's Alanna Smith is here with us today. She has some year-end reminders and some helpful tips and tricks.
My name is Alanna Smith, and I am the supervisor of the FSCGL team, also known as the MACGAC team. And today I will be going over some year-end reminders as well as some tips and tricks with you. So communications, Hazel just mentioned the budget letter for the year-end reporting deadline. So make sure that you review that for the due dates. Jay also mentioned some year-end closing deadlines that SEO has set forth. So make sure you review that one and share that with your accounting team so that they are aware of the deadlines. And we have the AR auto reclass process for ARs with reverting appropriations. This process is available from mid-May through June 30th. As a reminder, this process is optional and it serves as an automated tool to assist departments in identifying, liquidating, and reclassifying AR items to deferred receivables. You may also refer to Finance's year-end accrual entries, A4 and A9, for more information on the appropriate business process to reclassify the AR items. We also have Job Aid, Fiscal 515, AR, auto reclass process for ARs with reverting appropriations for detailed instructions on running the summary receivable report by chart fields and the AR auto reclass process. Some resources that we have that pertain to year-end are a couple of job aids. We have Fiscal 258, Run Year-End Close Process, Fiscal 257, Budgetary Legal Ledger, Fiscal 490, Department Adjustment Ledger Entries, Fiscal 491, Auto Reversal Functionality and Reimbursement Encumbrances, and Fiscal 515, AR Auto Reclass Process for ARs with reverting appropriations. Make sure that you have the most recent copy because there may have been changes to the information since you last downloaded it. We also have the MEC Playbook as an available resource, which is in FLC currently. We are hoping to publish the GEC Playbook as soon as possible. In addition to the resources that I just provided, try to attend the year-end training offered by the Department of Finance and review SEO's budgetary, legal, year-end financial reports, procedures, and instructions. We are now going to cover some tips and tricks to hopefully help you have a better or smoother year-end. So designate one person to coordinate the opening of cases to track the status and to reduce potential duplicate cases. When opening a case, include as much information as possible to minimize the time spent going back and forth on what is wrong. Include your business unit, description of what is wrong, any screenshots or the query that you're running, journal IDs, things like that. We have Saturday support. Take advantage of it. Our MEC team will reach out on the Monday before Saturday support is scheduled to see who is planning to work. Please make sure you respond to that email with a yes or no so that we are aware of who is going to be working that Saturday. Make sure that we have the updated emails for the people who should be receiving this communication. If you need to update your emails, please send your requests to the MEC, close requests at fiscal.ca.gov. And Saturday support hours are 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Email the MECYAC email box if you need assistance on Saturday. Or period 12. Period 12 and period 9 and 8 can be opened at the same time if requested. If you are using MEC automation to close period 12, it will automatically open period 998. All queries must be cleared before period 12 can be closed. If you see pending cash or GOKK mismatches in period 12, please open a ticket with FSC. For period 9 and 8, only accruals should be entered into period 9 and 8. It is not meant for corrections, and there should be no intra-unit account lines that are generated when you are entering transactions in this period. Like period 12, all queries must be cleared before requesting the year-end close process. For those of you that have gone through year-end with us before, you may have known the process as building BLL, but it is now renamed as year-end close process. So when you're ready to close period 9 and 8, open a ticket with FSC. Make sure that you're including your business unit and what funds you're requesting the year-end close process for. While we cannot run the year-end close process for individual funds, we do track every department's year-end progress by fund. So that is what we need that information for. The process will go smoothly if we don't have to stop and allow departments to make corrections. So just make sure that all your queries are clear before proceeding with asking to close period 9 and 8. Every time we stop for corrections, we do have to start the process all over again. And the year-end close process is generally an overnight process. We will try to process every request as quickly as possible. However, some of these steps do require overnight processing.
That's our show for today. I'd like to thank David Tsymbal, Jay Singh, Hazel Miranda, and Alanna Smith for being with us. And a special thank you to the FLC for the 2 new videos. And as always, I'd like to thank you for watching. If you would like to see this or any of our FiscalTv episodes, you can find them on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to let your colleagues know about us. And from everyone here at FiscalTv, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in May on our next edition of FiscalTv.